Hello, readers and writers, and welcome to Lesson 2 of your ELA School Away from School. I'm Mr. Driver, and I will be your virtual teacher for today's lesson. Let's start with some guiding questions. What journey does food take before it gets to your plate? How do we make decisions about what we eat? Remember, we'll be addressing these questions throughout all of our work together. All right, time to get some materials for today's lesson. You're going to need a copy of the text. You'd be surprised how much confusion there is about basic food facts. Your copy of lesson number 2, the lesson number 2 note catcher, as well as a pencil. Go ahead and pause the video here and make sure that you have everything for today. We have 3 learning targets for today's work. I can find the gist of a specific section from the text. I can determine the central ideas of an informational text. And I can use a variety of strategies to determine the meaning of unknown words and phrases in text. Let's make sure we keep these learning targets in mind during all of our work today. First, you'll be rereading. You'd be surprised how much confusion there is about basic food facts. With a family member, caregiver, or friend, go ahead and read along. Consider replaying and listening to the text read aloud from lesson 1. Pause the video here while you return to the reading. Now that we have read the text together, I want you to think about a couple of things. Remember, the gist is your initial thinking about what the text is mostly about. Also, when determining the meaning of unknown or unfamiliar words, consider the following strategies in order. Using of context. Read the sentences before, during, and after to help predict its meaning. The use of word parts. Use prefix, affix, or suffix to determine what the word might mean. And if needed, use a reference material like a dictionary. Pause the video here as you think about each of these questions and strategies. Now it's time to have a discussion with your family member, caregiver, or friend. Remember, the central message is a big idea that the author wants you to understand and take away from reading a text. The gist is what the text is mostly about. Sometimes central message and gist are the same. Let's go ahead and consider these questions. What is the gist? What makes you say that? Which words were new or unfamiliar to you? What do you think their meanings may be? What is the central idea that the author wants you to take away from reading the text? Go ahead and pause the video here while you discuss these questions. Please take out your lesson 2 note catcher. Using the lesson 2 note catcher, write the gist of the sections. Food doesn't come from the store. And what do you mean pickles are cucumbers? For each section, write any unfamiliar words and their meanings using the strategies that you may know. In the last box, write down the central idea, which is the key point the author wants you to take away, along with one piece of supporting evidence from the text. Go ahead and pause the video here while you complete this work. Time to wrap up today's lesson. Let's think about all the work that you did and the work we did with our learning targets. I can find the gist of a specific section from the text. I can determine the central ideas of an informational text, and I can use a variety of strategies to determine the meaning of unknown words and phrases in text. As a closing, share your writing with someone and tell them why you chose to draw or write what you did. Also, remember to read a book today for 20 minutes. You can also read with a family member, caregiver, or friend. I also want you to practice your fluency by reading the article from today out loud, or have an adult read the text or article to you while you follow along. Then practice reading the text at least 2 times on your own. Thanks for learning with me today. Tomorrow, in lesson 3, we will dive deeper into this week's article to better understand it. Have a great rest of your day.